Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing my final pregnancy update and Q&A. I'm 38 weeks tomorrow, so this will definitely be the last update as the baby can pretty much come any day now. So I still get a lot of questions related to pregnancy, so I thought I'll do just the last one. And I posted a picture on Instagram asking you guys to submit your questions. So there are a whole bunch of questions here. I have my notepad ready to go. So I'm gonna start by just giving you a short little update. There's really not much to update from last time that I did it, which I think was 23 weeks, I think I was. And I can't believe how fast time goes by and that I'm literally at the end of this pregnancy journey almost. But first things first is the shot of the bump. So I'll just get up and show you guys. So this is what the bump looks like at basically 38 weeks tomorrow. I can't tell. I feel like I look smaller this time around. I feel bigger, but I feel like I look smaller. I don't know. I could be wrong. So as far as the updates go, just this whole pregnancy has definitely been a lot harder than the first time around. And I'm not sure exactly why that is. I mean, I think it's probably a combination of things. You know, obviously I have a toddler to take care of full time, so that is a lot to do while you're pregnant. And then just overall not being able to rest as much or sleep as much. And then as you get to the end of the pregnancy, you know, it's just things get heavier and just physically feeling uncomfortable all of the time, basically. Sleeping gets harder, sitting gets harder, standing is really hard. So it's just physically very demanding on the woman's body. So especially when you're trying to chase after a 20 months old, it's definitely tiring physically. So that I would say is like the major thing that I feel like this pregnancy has been, how this has been different from the first time around. And at this time around, I've experienced some other little symptoms. Nothing too major, but like little things that I didn't last time around, like shortness of breath. And sometimes I'll feel like, not necessarily lightheaded, but I feel like I need to lean on something or I'm gonna like collapse. Again, it's not all the time. It's just like here and there. And it could just be, you know, overall just feeling fatigued and tired. Oh, I'll get like different shooting pain, kind of like in my groin area and like up the leg. And I feel like it's all obviously like in the nerves, down the spine. So little things like that are different. Again, nothing super major. I'm just like, knock on wood, grateful that everything is going well. I went for a bunch of ultrasounds recently just to check and make sure everything is, you know, developing well, the baby's doing well, and everything is measuring fine. The baby's doing great. Heart rate is fine. He is in the 51st percentile as far as the, I guess, how they measure, which is not 100% accurate, of course. The baby's inside you, so you can't really do that 100%. But yeah, so everything is good and we're basically just on baby watch at this point. My midwife, this week I had an appointment and she basically said, you are considered full term, so you can deliver at any time now and the baby would be completely fine. Of course, I'm in no rush, although I definitely look forward to having, you know, having the baby. I definitely want the baby to stay there as long as he needs to and come when he's ready. So those I would say would be the small little updates that I have to report on from the last time to this time. And now I'll just jump right into the questions because I want to answer as many of them as I can. So the first one a lot of people were wondering about is, of course, the baby names. Have we decided? What is it? What is it gonna be? And I don't know if I talked about it last time, actually. I might have. But I have one name in mind that for some reason just really feels like the right name. And the one time that we discussed it with Demetri, he's not a fan of that name. And we haven't actually revisited the conversation since then because I feel like we both don't like confrontation. So since we know that we already don't like we're gonna not agree on that, I think we're like avoiding the topic. But obviously, you know, eventually we will decide on the name. Regardless though, even if we do like have names picked out now, I would definitely want to wait until the baby is born, just like we did with Adriana, to just see what the baby is, feel the energy and feel if the name that we've decided on really suits this person, this being. So that's what the baby name will be. And of course we're gonna be revealing it once the baby's born. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we're gonna decide on as well. And then a bunch of questions were just kind of around the whole diet during the pregnancy. So honestly, I haven't really changed much of my diet except just avoid certain foods, obviously alcohol and raw fish and coffee. I wasn't really avoiding it, I just kind of don't really enjoy it. So I'll have it here and there, but I don't really drink it as much as I used to. I would have it every day normally. I just don't really enjoy it as much, so I don't feel like I have the need for it. And other than that, I've been craving a lot of carbs, which of course is not the super healthiest things, but I feel like just like I did with Adriana, I like to listen to my body, and just like within reason, of course, you still want to have somewhat of a balance in your diet, but yeah, just kind of whatever I feel like my body needs, I will give it that. And I really have also been gravitating towards like seafood, but not fish, more like mussels and calamari and things like that. So I've been having that more often recently, and I feel like it could be, especially the mussels, I believe they have iron in them, and you know, obviously you need extra iron during pregnancy, so it could be related to that. I don't know. So that's kind of it about really my diet. Is not much different. I still eat basically the same. I have 2 main meals, and then I have like snacks and things like that in between, and that's basically it. So the next question is, will you be filming the delivery? And yes, absolutely. I'm so happy we filmed it the first time around. You can always refer back. So really happy that we did that, and definitely will be filming this time around and sharing with you guys the story and bits of the delivery. Yeah, so this time around though, it'll be different because Demetri will be the only person in the delivery room. Last time Mimi was able to be there and she filmed it, which was great, but this time I think we'll just like set up the camera on the tripod somewhere in the corner just to kind of capture what's going on. And then because I don't want him to be filming, I want him to be more present and kind of experience the whole thing and not worry about filming too much. So that's that. Next question, how different has this pregnancy been physically and emotionally? And I think I covered it at the beginning. It's definitely been different. The first time around I felt like I just was, you know, obviously everything is new, so it's just kind of like you're discovering things as you go through the experience, and you know, everything just felt a little bit easier. Even though I was going to school full time, you know, I still had a lot of time for myself. I was able to go to the gym and just kind of, you know, take care of my own needs. And this time around that time has really diminished. You know, as any mom would know, you just kind of, by the time you take care of everything and everyone, there's really not much time left for you, but that's normal. It's just a phase of life. So I would say that's the major difference, just having less time for yourself and to take care of you and rest and things like that, as much as you know you have to rest. So that I would say is like the major difference, just having less time for yourself. But as far as emotionally, I think it just feels easier emotionally because I know what to expect, kind of, in a way. Of course every pregnancy is different, but you kind of, having gone through the experience, you feel like you kind of know what it's all about and what's coming, and so some stuff like that. But it is definitely different because I mean, I just feel like it's just gonna be so crazy, you know, having another being, and of course you're gonna love and care for that being, but it's just gonna be very interesting to see, you know, how your heart expands, because you know, I love Adriana so much. I mean, she's my entire life, everything, and to now somehow shift your attention, like balance both of them. But I'm not really worried about that. It's just like, it's just interesting emotionally, and of course it is a bit bittersweet because, you know, she's my one and only baby, and in 2 weeks time, if the baby is right on time, you know, she won't be anymore. I'll have another baby, and it's beautiful and it's a blessing, but it is definitely an interesting emotional experience to go through. Yeah, so that I would say are the major differences. And then, do you think it'll be easier after baby arrives since you have some experience? And yes, I definitely think this will be a lot easier, mostly mentally, because the first time around, you know, you are going from being just a woman to becoming a mother, right? So there's a major shift that happens there, just mentally, lifestyle, everything, you know, everything shifts. This time around, you know, I'm already a mother, so I don't think that will be very different. Obviously, you know, everything will be much more challenging because now there's 2 beings to take care of, but regardless, I feel like in a lot of ways it'll be easier simply because you just have the experience already and you know what to expect. So the next question is, what kind of exercise do you do? And with this pregnancy, honestly, I tried to work out at home. I went to prenatal yoga classes, and it just you know, it really was like very difficult to make time or having the energy to do it, because I'm already like literally on my feet all day with Adriana, trying to do activities with her, take her out, or just even around the house, just doing stuff with her. I feel like I'm going up and down, doing different things. So I'm constantly moving. So I feel like that's kind of where I get my exercise in. Obviously, it's not really exercise. It's not like an actual workout. So I feel like perhaps that's why it feels even harder this pregnancy, because definitely if you can work out, it is much better. You feel a lot, you know, a lot more energetic, like you get more energy after you work out. So I haven't really been able to do that, but it's okay. It's just how it's been, and I feel good overall because I know that I'm still moving a lot. So I think the point is to just stay active. Like, you know, even if you can't work out, go for walks, you know, do different things where your body is moving, because I definitely know that recovery will be easier if you do that. So next question, is it going to be your last baby? And to be honest with you guys, I have no idea. We're just gonna have to go through life and see what happens. So next question is, aren't you scared of the labor pain? And scared is not exactly the right word, but definitely the labor pain is not a pleasant experience. I mean, you know, there are some books out there that claim that you can have an orgasmic birth and this and that, and that's fine. That's great if somebody can experience that. That was not the case for me. If you know my previous birth story, I had a drug-free birth, so no drugs, nothing, and it was definitely excruciating pain. And knowing that, it's definitely not something that I look forward to, but I definitely still will be having a drug-free birth if I can. That's my kind of like my goal and my intention. And yeah, it's not something you look forward to, but it'll be something that you'll go through and you'll survive, and you at the end of that you will have your beautiful baby and it will be all worth it. So yes, it is definitely not pleasant, but I wouldn't say I'm scared of it. It's just like I'm not really looking forward to going through that to be honest with you, but it is part of the process, and you got to embrace the whole journey. You know, it's like in life, you know, if you want to have something incredible in life, you got to work really hard at it, and sometimes there will be painful things that you have to go through to get to that, you know, end goal, or you know, to get to the sort of the prize or whatever. So in this case, it's going through the pregnancy is hard, and also the labor and delivery is definitely not a walk in the park. So next question, how do you handle everything and motivate yourself when exhausted? And you know what, that's a good question. Your motivation is your family. I mean, your motivation is your children, your husband, whoever is in your family. You kind of just like don't really have a choice. You have to take care of your loved ones and yourself, so you just do your best, you know, that's all you can do really. And at the same time, lower your expectations. Like for me, I'm, you know, a clean freak or whatever, and now I just don't have the time to have my house as clean as I want to be. So it's definitely hard to let go of that, but it's something that you have to do if you want to remain sane. So you lower your expectations, you do your best, and that's all you can do. And when you're exhausted, you try to rest wherever you can. And like I said, your motivation is just, you know, your children and your family and your loved ones. That's how it is for me. So moving on to the next question, do you think Adriana will be jealous, and how will she react to the baby? And I talked about it the last time, I believe. I think she will be really good with the baby. She's such a loving, affectionate, just caring being that, you know, once she goes through the initial shock probably of having this other being in the family, I think she's going to be just the most helpful and loving sister. And also I plan on including her in basically everything I do with the baby, so she doesn't feel left out and she feels included in everything. And you know, I definitely know that when you include your toddlers, they feel important, they feel like, you know, that they are participating and in the family. And I already do that with her now, like ask her to help me with this, take this there, or bring me this, and she just gets so excited when you give her these little tasks. So I know that that's what I plan on doing with the baby as well, and I know by doing that she'll feel important and she'll feel included and part of the whole process. So that's that. Moving on to the next question, how are you preparing for labor? I'm definitely going to be doing the hypnobirthing techniques. I haven't really actually listened to the not the tapes, what are they, the recordings, because I feel like I know what I need to do mentally, and really it's all about just keeping your mind as peaceful as you can, breathing, connecting to your body, and visualizing, you know, the outcome that you want, and just trying to keep your mind as calm and at peace as you can so your body can really do what it is designed to do. So that's kind of how I'm preparing for it mentally. A lot of questions about stretch marks, and again, I've covered this before. It is really something that I think is all genetic. I'm blessed to not have any stretch marks. I didn't with Adriana and I don't now. I haven't yet. So definitely something that I believe is either like runs in your genes or doesn't. But I also do believe that it helps if you use if you moisturize your skin. So as you guys know, I love my DIY whipped body butter. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. It's awesome. I've been using that every single day, and I've recently actually tried a new recipe with cocoa butter, which is really awesome, and it literally smells like chocolate. Like, it's crazy. It's like you're like smearing chocolate all over yourself. I will be filming a June favorites video. I can't believe June is over. Oh my gosh. Today's July 1st. Actually, I'm filming on Canada Day, which happy birthday, Canada. So yeah, anyhow, I will include the recipe. It's definitely my favorite this month, and I will include the recipe in that video. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't have advice as far as like what to do to avoid it, but I know that making sure that you moisturize and keep your belly and like your hips and thighs and your bum and all the areas that kind of stretch, keep that well moisturized to at least try to minimize the stretch marks if you are prone to them. So moving on to the next question, tips on not gaining too much weight. I'm not really sure I can comment on that because I never really try to like manage that. I kind of just eat what I want, to be honest with you. I guess I'm just lucky and mindful that I don't eat too much junk food and too much processed food. You know, I'll have processed food here and there, but for the most part it's homemade whole foods, you know, that I prepare at home, which is the best way to eat. So I would say to not gain weight is to eat healthy and to be active, which is obviously not something new, but yeah, if you can just make sure that your diet is balanced in whole foods and that you are active as much as you can, you will definitely avoid gaining too much weight. Gaining weight is normal and you actually should be gaining weight. Obviously you have a baby in your tummy, so that's normal to gain some weight, but you want to, you know, again, remain healthy while you are going through the experience. So that would be my advice on that. And next question, how have you prepared mentally for 2 under 2? Honestly, I don't know if there's really anything you can do to like fully prepare. Obviously I don't have the baby yet, so I don't know like exactly how it's gonna be. The only way really I can prepare is lower my expectations even more as far as what I'll be able to do and to do it to like my liking. You know, maybe I will be walking around with chipped nails or no nail polish more. Maybe my hair will be dirty longer. You know, maybe, you know, the house will look even dirtier. Things like that. Like, I mean, I think you just have to kind of be realistic because of course taking care of your children, making sure they're fed and cared for is priority, and of course getting your rest so you can, you know, do that for your family. So those things come first, and everything else, as hard as it is to kind of like let go of that, it is definitely something that you just like have to do, I think. So a couple more questions because I can see this video is getting so long already. Oh yeah, so essentials for a newborn. I definitely plan on making a video on like must-haves for a newborn because there's certain products that definitely make your life easier. So I will be filming that once the baby arrives. So look out for that. And yeah, excited to share with you guys my favorite products because I didn't get to do that with Adriana, and this time around I'm definitely going to be filming that. So next question, which prenatal supplements do you take? And the one that I take is by the brand called Can Prep. I will post the link in the bottom bar. And the last question is, have you colored your hair during this pregnancy? I actually haven't colored my hair in probably over a year. I did add some highlights which are sort of fading now. They're all the way like at the bottom, the tips of my hair, a long time ago now, probably over 6 months ago, maybe, I don't know, 5 months, something like that. So yeah, I haven't, this is all my natural color. I don't know, I just felt like last year that I wanted to, while I still don't have any grays, I want to like enjoy my hair, but knowing myself, one day I might wake up and be like, oh, you know, I want a different color, so I will color it. So I will probably leave the tips be and then just like you know, they will kind of be cut out and grow out of my hair. So those are all the questions for today. Thank you guys so much for submitting them. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this update, this last update. I can't believe that the baby will be here so soon and this pregnancy is almost over. It really has flown by. It really has. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying your day and your summer wherever you are. If you enjoyed the video, then definitely give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments below and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah! Bye!